Do you want to understand complex reality through simple models? Want to make sure that model isn't becoming a trap for your thinking? The answer is simple. Use the map as a map. Don't confuse it with the territory. Why does this matter? This slide explains everything. In modern neuroscience, the brain is considered a, quote, prediction machine. It constantly creates internal models to predict the world. Your brain is drawing maps right this moment. But maps always involve omissions. Reality is always richer than the map. The moment you confuse the map with reality, your judgment starts to distort. This principle, proposed by Alfred Korzybski in his 1933 major work, Science and Sanity, continues to be referenced as the foundation of thinking across philosophy, science, business, and even AI. Rather than a law of natural science, it's a principle showing how abstraction misses parts of reality. Since 1933, it has been established as a core consideration in decision-making. And this is a skill you can use starting today. When using a model, be conscious that this is a map. Ask yourself, what parts of reality is this omitting? This fundamentally transforms your judgment ability. Today, I'll show you the logical background and empirical examples. First, let's confirm the basics. What is a model? A model is an abstraction that makes reality manageable. Maps, theories, equations, frameworks. These are all models that simplify reality according to purpose. Stereotypes are also a type of simplification, but as crude models prone to bias, it's important to treat them separately from analytical models. And the territory is reality itself. Consider the example of a map. The Tokyo subway route map shows stations and line connections. But it omits platform crowding, transfer distances, and the number of stairs. The map is useful, but it's not reality. The same applies to all models. Economic models deal with numbers but omit human emotions. Medical models deal with averages but omit individual differences. Business theories extract success patterns but omit market chaos. Models are undoubtedly useful, but models capture only part of reality. Korzybski systematized this in his 1933 major work. With just one sentence, the map is not the territory. Here's the core. Model thinking has 3 traps. The smarter you are, the easier it is to fall into this trap. Trap 1. Confusing the model with reality. Declaring because this framework is correct, reality must be this way. The same mistake as looking at a map and asserting, this is how reality is. The more refined the model, the easier it becomes to mistake it for reality. Trap 2. Forgetting the model's limitations. Even if you initially understand this is a simplification, continued use leads to ignoring the omitted details. The complacency of thinking with this model is sufficient begins. Trap 3. Ignoring data that doesn't fit the model. This is the most dangerous. Assuming roads not on the map don't exist. Dismissing data contradicting your model as exceptions or noise. Yet that data repeatedly turns out to be a critical signal from reality. And now, this trap appears in a completely new form. Generative AI. AI has vast maps of language, but doesn't know the real world itself. That's why it produces plausible errors, so-called hallucinations. Taking AI output at face value is the same mistake as confusing map with territory. Make source verification and reality data validation a set. So how should you think? Statistician George Box left us a line that will be used forever. All models are wrong, but some are useful. Clearly introduced in his late 1970s work and still quoted today, this maxim sounds contradictory. Wrong yet useful? But this is the truth. Perfect models don't exist. If there were a model that could reproduce reality 100%, it would no longer be a model, but reality itself. So the question you should ask changes. Is this model correct? Alone isn't enough. Ask, within what range has this model been validated, and is it sufficiently useful for my current purpose? Look at an example. Newtonian mechanics used in the Apollo program was, strictly speaking, a simplification of reality. It didn't fully capture general relativity effects. But for the purpose of delivering a spacecraft to the moon, it had sufficient accuracy. Furthermore, the design of continuous correction using ground station observation data converged it toward the precision needed to achieve the goal, using the model while continuously correcting with reality data. This is the practice of intellectual humility. Weather prediction models and pharmaceutical development models operate on the same principle. Whether it's useful depends on for what purpose and within what range you use it. This attitude separates excellent decision-makers from mediocre ones. What Korzybski emphasized most was this proposition: reality is always richer than the model. This isn't merely a philosophical statement. Neuroscience backs this up. As Andy Clark's 2023 work, The Experience Machine, showed, even the reality we see is likely nothing more than a predictive model created by the brain. We don't directly perceive raw reality. We live within maps drawn by the brain. This is studied as a biological fact, not a metaphor. So asking what exists outside the model is a matter of thought's life and death. Penicillin, X-rays, microwaves, all of these originated from unexpected observations. What matters is what came next. Noticing the chance observation, repeating reproduction experiments, and theorizing established them as discoveries. If they'd ignored what was outside the model, everything would have ended as noise. Innovation doesn't come from inside the model. Innovation comes from the parts the model omitted. You might be thinking this: doubting models is inefficient. But consider this. People who absolutize models see nothing. When facing reality, the model doesn't anticipate. Meanwhile, people who know the model's limits find opportunity in that same situation. So how do you practice this principle? There are 4 steps to using maps correctly. Step 1. Make the model explicit. When making decisions, confirm out loud, what model am I using right now? Make explicit, this business decision is based on the framework called XX. Just becoming conscious significantly reduces overconfidence in the model. Step 2. Identify omissions. List at least 3 elements that model ignores. Write on paper your answer to, what is this model omitting? Writing makes blind spots visible. Step 3. Collect contradictory data. Deliberately seek data that doesn't fit your model. Seek uncomfortable data, not comfortable data. Collecting counterexamples is the only way to improve the model's accuracy. Step 4. Regular updates. As a guideline, check your major models, assumptions, and outliers once a month. Ask, does this model still match reality? However, appropriate frequency varies by domain. If the market is changing rapidly, you need a shorter cycle. What this process embodies is a structure common across many fields. What's common in scientific methodology, cognitive behavioral therapy, and organizational learning theory is a reflective cycle of operating hypotheses, models, checking with data, and updating. It's a universal way of thinking, and you can use this starting today. Now, let's organize the key points. Let's summarize the thinking method for mastering map and territory. First, always make your model explicit. Every decision you make uses some model. Just becoming conscious of it dramatically reduces the risk of overconfidence. Make the question, what map am I looking at right now? A daily practice. Second, identify omissions. Any model captures only part of reality. The habit of writing out 3 answers to, what is this model ignoring, makes your blind spots in thinking visible. This one step fundamentally changes the quality of your judgment. Third, collect contradictory data and keep checking your model regularly against reality. Deliberately seek data that doesn't fit your model, and periodically update your major models to match reality. Frequency needs adjustment by domain, but this cycle continuously autocorrects the gap between your thinking and reality. And now, I want you to ask yourself, what models are you using in your daily decision-making? What is that model omitting? Share the blind spots in your models that you've noticed in the comments. Your discoveries, your questions, your practical experiences. All of it becomes wisdom for this community. Thanks for watching to the end today. This channel keeps converting abstract thinking methods into practical tools you can use starting tomorrow. Like the map and territory principle, we deliver content that bridges theory and reality with logical evidence and concrete steps. Subscribe to the channel and elevate your thinking abilities step by step. Turn on notifications, and every time a new practical tool arrives, your judgment ability gets upgraded. See you in the next one.